Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back. This video is about presentation skills. In this video, we will talk about the skills that can engage audience or help us in presenting our message effectively. Effective presentation skills involve organizing content in a coherent and engaging manner, using appropriate visual aids, and effectively engaging the audience. Presentation skills involve two parts. One is material that you are going to present. Second is the person, the speaker who is going to speak. The skills that involve in presenting, in organizing the content and presenting it effectively is called the presentation skills. The first part we will talk about introduction. The hook start with a compelling opening to grab the audience attention. This could be a relevant quote, surprising fact, or a thought-provoking question. So whenever you are going to start presentation, you should start something that can grab the audience, that can get the attention of the audience. You may start with some famous quotation or presenting some fact or something that can get the attention of the audience. The first one is this. The second one is clearly state purpose. Clearly tell what the purpose you are and what are the main points of your presentation. After introduction, that you have told what you are going to talk about, what are your objectives. Next one is body. Body involves logical flow of the material, main points, and transitions. Organize content in a logical sequence. Use clear structure with beginning, middle, and end. In the beginning, you should start introduce what you are going to talk about. Then explain the main points, and then conclude, wind up what we have talked about. Next one, the main point is highlight key points and support them with evidence or examples. Use smooth transitions between sections to maintain cohesive flow. Your agenda consists of different points. So when you are moving from one point to another, there should be a logical transition change. It should not be it should not give impression that you're jumping from one thing to another without any relation. Next one is a conclusion. In conclusion, summarize the main points. Reinforce your message, what you wanted to convey, and end with a strong closing statement or CTA, call to action. So what you want the audience should do. You have given presentation, you have given message. So what they should do at the end of your message, you should clearly you should include it in your closing statement. Next one is visual aids. Visual aids are very important and play very important role. It has been seen that students or presenters use different graphics, different pictures, different visuals that have no relation. They have no direct relation with the presentation. It diverts the attention of the audience. So use these visuals carefully and purposefully, and it should support your agenda, your point, your message. It should not distract the audience or divert the attention of the audience. Clarity. Keep the visual simple, unclustered, and easy to understand. So if you are going some visual presentations, there is graph, there is chart, there are pictures, they should clearly and separately shown to the audience so that they perceive or understand what you want to convey. In the visual aids, use limited text. You must have seen that the presenter fold their slides with the words. It become verbose. So in this case, the audience started reading what is written on the slides. So you must use only concise and bullet points. Let the audience wait you speak. Let they should wait for you to speak, because you are the presenter. You are over there to present something. If you have written something, if the slides are full, they would involve in reading that material and would not listen to you. And if we have only some main key points or written in bullet points, they may read the points, but they would wait for you to explain or tell what is this all about. So avoid overcrowding the slides. Just use important points. Visual elements, incorporate visuals such as charts, graphs, and image to convey informations. It is also proven fact that 80% of the things are perceived through eyes. So when you add some visual aids, they have a more effect. But you should again use these elements to complement your message. Next one is engaging with technology. Familiarize yourself with the presentation software. Practice transitioning between slides. So you must know the latest technologies and you know how to use them. You must practice. You must be familiar. If you're going to presenting something and using PowerPoint, you must know the PowerPoint, how it will be used. And second one is backup plan. You must have different plans, ABC plan, because if you have one plan and some mishap, your first plan fails, then what would you do? For example, light, there's no light, there's some technical fault, and what would you do? So you must have backup plans. What would you do? We have talked about two things. One thing is that what the material should you have and how you should organize the material. Secondly, what kind of the visual presentation you should have, how to make slides and what to write on the slides. And third one is the presenter itself, the speaker itself, because both complement each other. If we have organized the material in a very excellent way, but the presenter is unable to convey the message, it would have no effect. And if the presenter is excellent, but things are not, you can say, incoherent, there's no properly, they're not properly organized, even then the message may not be conveyed properly. So when we talk about audience, eye contact. Eye contact is very important. Connect the audience. Maintain eye contact to establish a connection, because you should look at your audience. If you don't look at your audience, if you keep on reading the slides or material in front of you, they would not be engaged. They would start boring. So you must look at your audience. But the main important is this: down to focus on anything, any person. Look at everyone, don't look anyone. Survey the room, look at the different sections of audience. Sometimes some speaker start, they just keep on seeing at one direction, ignore others. So you must keep on surveying the audio room. You must keep on looking all around so that everyone in the hall or in front of you should feel that you are looking at him or her. Next one is body language. Body language is very important. It shows your confidence. Stand tall, use open gestures, and project confidence. You should stand on the pedestal that people could see you. And your body language, your gestures, your facial expressions, your hand movements, your you can say walk should reflect your confidence. Movement. Move purposefully, but avoid excessive pacing. If you're just standing on your stage or dice, it may have different effect. But if you start moving, you should move with some specific reasons, and it should have some purpose to engage the audience, to ask the questions, to interact with them. So excessive pacing may have a negative impact. Interaction. Your presentation should be interactive. For interaction, you use questionings. Pose questions to engage the audience. Stop presentation, ask questions. See whether they have absorbed things, make things interesting, include interactive activities or discussions. You may ask the audience some questions. You may introduce some activity so they remain engaged, they remain involved. Storytelling. Storytelling is very important and other aspect that can engage your audience. You should relate some stories, share relevant anecdotes or stories to illustrate key points. If you have some story, some you can say event, you may narrate that one so that it may strengthen or you may second your argument. Emotional appeal. Emotions to engage and connect with audience. Emotional words, in pictures, or some anecdotes that can engage involvement, that can you can say attract the attention of audience or engage them. Next one is vary delivery. Voice modulation. Vary your pitch, tone, and pace for emphasis. There should not be monotonous tone. At one time, you must be your voice should be loud, and other it should be with high pitch, sometimes low. There should be variation so that it should express emotions, because the variation in the sound express emotions. If there is a flat sound, flat voice, there is a no variation in the tone, it becomes boring. Pause for effect. When you have said something, you have expressed something, pause a little. Let the audience absorb and understand what you have said. Next one is adaptability. Read the room, pay attention to the audience reactions, and adjust your delivery accordingly. You must be vigilant and keep on observing your audience and respond accordingly. Flexibility. Be prepared to adapt if unexpected issues arise. You must be flexible. So you don't have made a rigid presentation. Of course, planning of a presentation is very important. You must have planned how much time you would take, how much introduction would be, how long introduction would be, and how would you conclude. But it should have a flexible so that you make adjust as the requirement. In the end, include question answer session and encourage questions, invite questions, and address them with clarity and confidence. Sometimes you are giving presentation, you are addressing some audience, they have some questions. If you encourage them to ask questions, it will help you to achieve your target or convey your message more effectively. Express appreciation. Thanks the audience for their questions. When someone have asked whether you like it or not, appreciate the audience. In the end, remember that effective presentation is practice. Practice, practice, and practice. Rehearse your content multiple times. Refine your delivery. Anticipate potential questions and concerns. You should express yourself. You should speak. You should practice at your home. Stand in front of mirror. Talk to yourself. Refine your delivery. And you must get ready what the possible questions might be, and you must be prepared for the answer. You must prepare yourself on the expected answer, because you are using you're presenting something, you must expect what the possible questions might be and what their answer should be, so that you may have a effective presentation. By organizing your content logically, using visual purposefully, and actively engaging the audience, you can deliver a compelling and impactful presentation. I hope that you have understood it. And if you have questions, please write in the comment box, and also what you want to listen. Thank you. Take care.